Hey, loved ones, hope you're well in the Lord. Hope you're fine. Fine. Today I'm taking a walk, and I thought to myself, why don't I say hi to my people? Yeah, it's good to take a walk once in a while when you got a chance. They say it's healthy. Yeah, so I'm going down the stairs. It's also healthy to use the stairs. So I decided to say hi to my people. How are you? How has been your day? How are you doing? How's everything around you? Yeah, here it seems a bit dark because the clouds are windy. What can you say? The clouds are. It seems like it's gonna rain, but it's okay. So, loved ones, there's something that's striking my mind as I take this walk, and I'd like us to talk about it. There's this woman from Kitengehorror who is trending in all social media platforms, and I thought it's good for us to discuss about this issue, or better still to give an insight about this issue. Hey gang, I can see me clear. I was dropping up the stairs by the time I was talking to you. So this issue of this woman from Kitengehorror. Sasa, kwa salama. Yeah, this woman from Kitengehorror, guys, who hey, what is happening in our country? Whatever is happening in our country at this time is, well, I don't know what to say. Imagine as if more than 100 bodies in Shakahorror is not enough. Shakahorror. At least we should call it like that. As if that is not enough. My guys. Oof, I'm not laughing, but I'm stunned. This woman in Kitengehorror, OMG. This woman who dismantled, or better still call it dismembered, the baby. What kind of mental disruption can that be that would cause you to dismantle your own kid part by part? Huh? This is crazy. Tell me, what kind of mental disturbance? They said that 8 months ago she left her home to Kirinyaga to stay with the boyfriend for 8 months. Hey, you, Mr. X, Mr. Easy Man, what could you have done to this woman that led to her killing her child? What kind of mental disruption did this baby girl go through that would have caused her to do such kind of things that she did? I'm trying to understand and figure out, but then I cannot. What would lead to you having carried your baby for 9 months? I know we have a lot of, a lot of mental cases, yes, mental disruptions, bipolar disorders, psychological trauma, mental disturbances. They are described in various classes. Guys, what would lead to you taking a knife and butchering a baby you've carried for a whole 9 months? Dismember her part by part. What would cause you to do such an heinous act? Okay, we have issues that are disturbing us day by day. Life is costly, we have a lot of heartbreaks, men and women alike. But what would cause you to, kill your only child? Regardless of what you faced, what would cause you to take a knife, sharpen it, and cut one part by one part of your baby? What would cause you to do such a thing? I've been trying to think about these things, but today as I take a walk, I just wanted to, talk to you about it. Let's look at it in retrospect and let's ask ourselves, in as much as you're saying in the society there's a lot of mental disturbances, what would lead you to do such a thing to your body? What? And when people are taken to court after doing such heinous acts, what happens is most of them undergo mental evaluation from psychiatrists, from mental experts. But basically, my question is, after going for mental evaluations and maybe they realize you are mentally disturbed, you are suffering from depression, what would really cause you as a mother having brought about your child in this planet, for you to dismember her, to kill her in such a way that you even eat a body part? Is this real or is it a movie we are acting? Guys, thinking about this thing, someone eating the body parts of the child.
Thank you very much.
Somebody eating the body parts of their child. Is this depression or is this cultic tendencies? Oh my God. What would have happened to this lady that we either know or don't know, that led to her doing such a thing? What could have the boyfriend done for her for the 8 months that made her go to this extent of killing an innocent soul? Come me think about it. What happened? Hey, mate. I don't quite get it. I decided to ignore this thing, I've just been thinking about it. I decided to let it slide. But I need to talk to us as a people. Let's talk to a trusted friend. If you don't have someone you trust, you'd have to look for one you will trust, because whatever is happening right now in the world, you can't keep things to yourself. If you feel like things are overwhelming, look for a friend you can talk to. If you feel like you cannot handle some things, look for a friend you can talk to, because when things are so heavy on you, you find yourself doing things that you may regret later. Because I'm tempted to think this woman, yes, dismembered the daughter, killed the daughter and ate the parts. She's in custody, but when she's in the custody, she will sit back and ask herself, what really did I do? What really did I do? I hope she'll have days of record where she can ask herself, what exactly did I do? Because unless she gets to a point where she will talk to herself, she will never have an understanding of how bad the instance she did was. Killing an innocent soul and gorging off the parts and eating the parts. This is so new. Guys, please, if something is disturbing your senses, if you're feeling not okay, may it be that you're sick, may it be that there are things that are messing your system, look for a friend you can trust and talk to. Look for someone you can trust and talk to, because at times we are dying because of, keeping things to ourselves. You're suffering from mental depression because of keeping things to ourselves, yet we have friends we can talk to, we have counselors we can talk to, we have church, and I don't know if church, I don't know. You have your pastor, the one you go to church to, you can talk to. Don't let yourself sink into depression, sink into unreversible instances when you can talk to someone. Now, this woman, for instance, maybe something was disturbing her and apparently she says she hated your child. Yeah, it's possible for you to hate your child, but not to an extent of killing and dismembering every part of her body and cutting her into pieces and feeding on it. What kind of hatred can that be? Even let's just assume that you got your child through, let me not even mention it. Child is innocent. A child is innocent. What has the child done to deserve you killing her in such an heinous way? Guys, let's talk to people. Let's talk to someone. After a long walk, I get back to the topic, guys. Do you remember this particular woman from Kisiland who hung herself and hung a child and left a suicide note? Depression is real. Mental disturbances are real. There are some people who are introverts, others are extroverts. But I implore you, my dear one, my loved one, if there's something that is disturbing you, your mind, or your family, look for someone you can talk to. Imagine subjecting a small kid to mistakes of the parents, or subjecting a small kid to your mistakes, or subjecting a small kid to things that he is not aware of. I know you might think that I'm being too something. No, I'm coming from a point of understanding. If at all something is amiss and you feel like you want to, put it on your children, first sit down and think. Take the 3 steps of breath. And breathe the breath of life. Then you can calm down. That is what the psychologist Janet Gitao said. You take the breath of life. Again, I repeat. You hold it. Then you release it 3 times. Then sit down. Think if what you're about to do is beneficial to any of you. Because 1, if you kill your baby who is innocent, you've not only committed crime that God is upset about, you've also committed a crime to humanity. You've also stopped a baby's future. You've also stopped someone who would become a president in the next 10 years or 15. So, taking it on your child because the dad or the spouse has made it upset, or rather has made you upset, will not help. Talk to someone. Talk to your family. Talk to your relatives. Talk to someone you're close to. They say that relatives always advise that marriages should be stuck in, whether they are bad or good. But in this time and age, you know what is good and bad for you as a person. So, talk to that close friend of yours so that you can relax. Your mom could be your friend. Your sister-in-law could be your friend. Your brother could be your friend. Your brother-in-law could be your friend. Your pastor could be your friend. Talk to someone you can talk to. Because now, if you butcher a child like that, you've not only sentenced yourself to a life imprisonment, but this is something that is going to haunt you. And some of these things may haunt you to an extent of you taking your own life. You see how you've lost 2 lives at a go. Imagine the level of mental disturbance we have in this country, in this world, that they have the other day launched an hotel to commit suicide, whereby this hotel, there's rooms that have 1 gun, 1 pistol with 1 bullet. There are some rooms with razor blades. There are some rooms with bread toaster that is connected to the electricity and a bathtub, so that when you want to be electrocuted, you put it in there. And people who are mentally disturbed, these are the areas they are Googling to check in. Instead of going to kill yourself, And also there are rooms that have hanging ropes in them. Imagine, instead of you going to kill yourself, why don't you talk to someone? Yeah? Talk to someone, because talking to someone is the best level of maturity that one can have. You are not always right. It will not be your first, you'll not be the first person to fail. Both in marriage, both in business, both in relationship, you will not be the first person. So you cannot say that I didn't talk to someone because I felt, I was a disgrace. No. Different people have failed in different things. So you can't sit there and allow yourself be overtaken by grief because you want to appear perfect. Me, I'm a preacher of don't compare yourself, because comparison has seen a lot of people go astray. I'm a preacher of don't put yourself into the things that you cannot afford, because they're going to help to put you into debts and ends. They're going to put you into depression and stress. Strike where you can. Balance where you can. If you cannot afford a car today, it doesn't mean you cannot work hard and afford it tomorrow. Getting into loans that will cause you issues, getting into loans that will get people knocking at your door to carry your TV, to carry your beddings, to carry your jikos, is not the best thing to do. There are people who have worked all their life and they did not die. Actually, they even ended up being so healthy. So I cannot tell you to do things that will cause you stress. With the level of stress that is all over the world, that people have to come in with an hotel that is going to help people commit suicide, it shows you that a lot is happening under the wraps in the whole world. Life has gone a short up. Mortgages have shot up. People are trying to balance the bills and they're not even balancing. Addition of salary is an issue. You're in the same salary, but expenses are going up day by day because employers are retrenching and they're telling you, if you're left working today, you're lucky. So most of the people are suffering from stress. Don't allow stress to take you back to your house and you butcher your children. Don't allow stress to take you back to your house and batter your children. Neither. Don't allow stress to take you back home, you man, you woman, and fight with your spouse. Strike a balance where the balance can be struck. If things cannot be afforded, let's do away with what we cannot afford. So long as we have a meal on the table, we thank God for it. Things that cannot help, things that will make you lose yourself, things that will make you lose everything that you have really kept intact for, keep them off, my dear one. Because at the end of the day, this is why people are checking in such hotels to commit suicide, because the level of stress is too high. That is the reason as to why people are butchering their children. That is the reason as to why people are doing bizarre things, dear ones. Talk to someone. Talking to someone is not a sin. Talking to someone does not reduce you. It does not make you lesser. It does not make the person you're sharing to bigger. It only helps you deal with your sanity. It helps you deal with the mental capability to handle whatever you're able to handle. Whatever you cannot handle, you leave it. Loved ones, let no stress be that much stress that you can take it on your child. A child that you carried for 9 months with a lot of... You see, and the funniest thing is, once you're gone, you're replaced easily. If it is a man that made you do some of these things, it will replace you with the next girl available. If it is a lady who made you do this, she will replace you with the next man available. Why do you want to allow such things to happen when you can control? Children are the people you'll be left with. So if you butcher one and then you end up in court forever, regardless of what the problem is, it doesn't make any sense. Let's talk to people. Let's visit psychiatrists. Let's go for therapy. Let's talk to, people who can advise us maturely, because things are really happening left, right, and center. And at the end of the day, when things will not work for you, you're not the first one to have things not have worked. People don't come out here to say what is disturbing them. That is why it is of importance for you to talk to someone who can listen to you. Don't take the burden alone. Come to Jesus also. He cares for you. Cast your burdens unto Jesus, for He cares for you. Cast your burden unto Jesus. He cares. Let Him give you a direction. Let Him give you a right path of what He intends in your life. Don't end your life because this or that has not happened. There is always a second chance, because time and chance happens to all of us. If you did not achieve it right now, God is going to orchestrate a time you're going to achieve it. Don't let lose your guts, dear ones. I love you so much, and I keep loving you more and more and praying for you more and more. And I pray for the family of the lady in Kitengehorror to, bless it up and, pray for their kin, pray for their daughter, talk to her, you know. And in our families, let's keep checking on each other. Check on your brother, check on your sister, check on your cousin. After a short time, call them, find out how they're doing. Because it is the only way you keep tabs with people you're related to. It's the only way to know, are they okay? And if you have an issue, also reach out. Don't be quiet. Because one may not know what you're suffering from unless you put it out there to your friend or to a family member. Let's keep supporting one another. If one needs guidance and counsel, let them get counseling. Just as the psychologist was saying yesterday that the people down Malindi, Shakahorror, they need mental help. Whatever they are seeing there is horrifying. So they need to be talked to. They need to be, And I was listening to cameramen saying they have not been sleeping for 3 days because of the horror of the things they're seeing on the ground. Let's support one another. If those people can get someone to support them mentally, counselors, let them talk to them. Talk to families of the people who are undergoing that mayhem. Let them get stable, because some of these things, they end up affecting people a great deal. Let's not take it for granted. Let's not take it.
Range of customers, the Red Roof Inn is debuting its brand new Suicidal Suite, a hotel room designed to accommodate guests looking for a convenient and affordable way to end their own lives. The Onion spoke to Red Roof Inn Hospitality Director Marsha Connolly for a first look at the national hotel chain's exciting new rooms.
We wanted to provide an option for anyone looking to finally put an end to it all. These specialized suites are absolutely perfect for guests who've decided that nothing in this world really matters anymore, and they just want a way out.
Connolly took reporters on a tour of the new suites, which cater to anyone seeking a quick death.
We have a noose hanging from the ceiling, that's standard in all of our rooms, a collection of sharp knives conveniently spread out just on your bed, and a pen and paper for composing final thoughts for loved ones. Additionally, if you check the bedside table, you'll find a 9mm pistol loaded with 1 bullet. We understand that some of our guests may feel more comfortable drawing a nice warm bath and slicing open their wrists. So we've got a small set of razor blades in every bathroom. We also have a variety of prescription pill medications, and we always keep a high voltage toaster by the bathtub in case any of our guests should prefer electrocution. And of course, Red Roof Inn employees are always available to help should our customers need assistance with their suicide or any last-minute encouragement to take the final steps.
Though Red Roof Inn has only just begun taking reservations for its suicidal suites, customer feedback has already been positive.
Well, I just checked in, but so far the hotel's given me everything I need.